Hey guys, you're about to listen to our first attempt at a podcast here. This is the pilot episode, and like with most pilot episodes, there are some imperfections. The audio does seem to have a minor hiss in it, and later on in the podcast, it seems like Korey is echoing a little bit. So please bear with us, and maybe next time we'll have that sorted out. But we hope this does not affect your ability to enjoy the very first podcast we're doing. So, with that in mind, enjoy. Welcome to the debut episode of this podcast here. We are calling, and Korey, you'll have to correct me if I mess this up. It is the Cold Beer and Warm Blood podcast.
Not warm blood and cold beer.
We'll get it right by episode 2. I'm sure we will. If you couldn't tell already, I'm Chuck Conry. Some of you may know me from such things as Morbid, Door 1, 5 Doors to Hell. I've done 50,000 podcasts in the past with Horrorphilia and Extracast and Zombies Don't Podcast, and I figured it's time to podcast again. And joining me on this gnarly adventure is one Mr. Korey Jordan. Say hi to them folks, Korey.
I'm Korey Jordan, and y'all do not know me, probably, more than likely. Director of Chicken's Blood, and I've been in films such as Chuck Conry's Door 1 of the 5 Doors to Hell.
If they don't know you, they will know you soon.
Yeah, they don't know me, they will know. And I'm going to have to, get me a tasty beverage out of here, wet my whistle. I would tell you the name of it, but they ain't paying us yet.
If they want to pay us, we can give them a PayPal address if they want to pay us.
Yes, and then we'll change the name from cold beer to whatever your beer is.
That's right. So we are on the take if anybody wants to pay. Hey, at least we're doing it the old-fashioned way, and we're not begging through crowdfunding. But more on that later. We will touch on that. We're going to touch on a number of things. The first thing we need to touch on, Korey, is why don't you tell these fine folks why we named this podcast what we named it, other than the fact that everything else was taken.
Why we named it what we named it? Well, I was actually going to use it as a saying in a commercial type thing for the podcast, but ended up shortening it down to this. And like I said, everything else was taken. I really...
Yeah.
It sounded catchy.
It is, yeah.
Warm blood.
Is. Cold beer.
Cold beer.
Yeah. Undisclosed beer.
Yeah, undisclosed beer.
Well, I decided it was about time to retire the Zombies Don't podcast name. We've beat that horse to death. I've had like 4 incarnations of the same podcast, and at that point, if you just keep beating that dead horse, people are going to quit paying attention to you. So it's always time for something new, something different. And what I hope to do with this is I hope to make this weekly. That's my goal, weekly, and then maybe we'll branch off to live, and who knows, maybe when we get all fancy like, we may even have some guests on here every now and then.
That'd be nice.
And maybe, like, when I say guests, if you're thinking not just friends of ours, maybe like real people at some point.
Real people?
Yeah.
Our friends are fake.
That's right. Yeah, it's like pro wrestling, Pro wrestling's real, people are fake, remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the best way to start off this show is maybe to run down a quick list of things we've been watching. You been watching anything good, Korey?
Lately I've been watching some Code Red Blu-rays.
Uh-oh.
Witch stuff. Now, if you want me to watch some film, you can hook me real easy if you make it about witches.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to do with Halloween or Jack the Ripper. I'm pretty much in on it.
That's your 3 things, right?
Yeah.
So what you need is a Halloween film about witches that also has Jack the Ripper in it.
Oh, that would definitely hook me right there. I even had to watch the Batman animated Jack the Ripper. I had to watch that.
I never got that. I was supposed to get it, but it never showed up.
That was all right. It was a little bit of a letdown, I guess, but...
Do you have a source that you give your voodoo codes to?
I do not currently use them. I kind of save them just in case I ever do use them, I guess.
You could always pass them to the left-hand side.
You used to give them away.
Yeah, I used to too. I wish I had all the ones I gave away. Actually,
I get a lot of messages on Instagram for them.
Oh, everybody does. I ought to start I ought to save my voodoo codes for like 1 week and see if I get any nudes for them. But it'd be female nudes. I wouldn't do it for male nudes, though. Obviously.
Yeah, currently I don't really use them though.
Yeah.
You're welcome to have them though if you want them.
Well, thank you. Sir. Thank you so kindly. After the show, you can message me those after the show. But so you've been watching Code Red. Those are not cheap titles, although they are cheaper than they used to be.
And like we said, like we've talked about before, they're kind of hit and miss.
Yes.
Like the last couple, Simon King of the Witches, I really enjoyed that one.
Oh yeah, that's the one that Donald Farmer liked, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he really liked that one a lot. So I figured I would check it out, and yeah, I liked it. It was definitely worth watching. I'm not really good on the grading.
Yeah.
Like when you say like, oh, it's a 7.8 or something.
I
feel like
I hate grading. Like I've had to like do it. Like that's something I've incorporated from podcasting and movie reviews, but I hate it. I can't stand it.
I can't stand it because I don't know whether I'm too high or too low. I kind of feel like I went too high on it.
And then you get caught in your own head and try to compare it to something else, And I think that Siskel and Ebert had the right idea when they just thumbs up it and thumbs it down. That's like the best
that's
thing.
what I was about to say. I either like it or I don't.
Yeah, so
I can tell you like, oh, it's worth watching or it's not.
I reviewed probably 8 or 9 movies this past week, and I think half of them got a 3. So I don't know if that's good or bad or something's wrong with me. It's like, it's good.
5, right?
Yeah, about a 5. So that's pretty good.
Just middle of the road kind of.
Yeah, it's like it's watchable. It's good, But so I remember Code Red. Like I got burned out on Code Red when I had to pay $50 for Savage Streets and $50 for Nightmare and all that stuff on eBay, secondhand prices.
And with Code Red, you got the Banana Man. Well, I call him Banana Man. I think a lot of people call him Bill.
I prefer calling him Banana Man.
I prefer Banana Man myself.
Yeah,
as a character.
I like Banana Man.
I like Banana Man too. I see a lot of complaints about him, but I think he's kind of entertaining. It's true.
Well, it's like everybody calls him crazy, like that's a bad thing. I just find him entertaining. But what I will say, that is the ever lovely Miss Chloe in the background.
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay. My last podcast partner had a dog that barked the whole time we did a show, so it's all good.
Oddly, she's not barking. She's usually a little diva, tries to get on camera and everything when we're filming.
Yeah, maybe she had an opinion on that movie. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. Which she does get a role in Chicken's Blood, which is kind of cool.
That is cool, yes. Co-star.
Yeah. Her first film.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you say that King of the Witches, was that the only Code Red you watched this week, or did you actually watch
I watched Mark of the Witch, which I really enjoyed that one. If anybody's seen me on Instagram, they've probably seen that.
Yeah.
If they watch these stories. And so I watched Devil's Reign this week, which was really, it started off real slow.
Yeah.
That wasn't Code Red, but I think it's Severin, which Severin, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know how I pre-order something from them, and Diabolic has it before I get it.
Does Diabolic have it before I get it?
Yeah, well, Diabolic, no, you got it.
I win.
You won that one. But I don't understand how Diabolic can, when you pre-order from Severin, you would think you would get it before Diabolic has it for sale, and you can get it from Diabolic before you get it from Severin.
That kind of defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah.
We ought to write a sternly worded email to somebody.
Yeah.
And write one to Jesse at Diabolic. It's always fun to send him bad emails. I like Jesse.
Yeah, I like Jesse, man. He's very responds very timely response time and everything.
Yeah, Jesse is actually probably the reason I got a review copy of The Void when it came out. So
yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to hate on Diabolic at all.
Oh, of course not. No, but Severin needs to get that in check, because if you pre-order something, you usually do it with the expectation that you're going to get that before everybody else gets it.
Yeah, and basically you can wait and not pre-order it from them and get it from Diabolic and get it before you would get it from Severin.
It's funny how that works. But now, was my eyes deceiving me, or did you watch Mardi Gras Massacre sometime this week?
That was man, that was kind of rough.
Oh, was it? So I've always been curious about it, but I've never actually pulled the trigger.
I was curious about it too.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras Massacre. I was like, what's this film about? I never even watched the trailer for it. I was like, it looks interesting. It seemed kind of hard to get at the time. Like you had to wait for Code Red to open their stores up, or you pay out the ass online.
Yeah, I never watch trailers. I just go in for the kill blindly all night.
Let me find it right here. It is kind of like I would call it like a blood feast kind of rip.
Oh yeah, is it as gory?
No.
Yeah. That sucks.
No, I wasn't. I love Herschel Gordon.
Yeah,
films. Of course, 2000 Maniacs is probably my favorite film of all time.
of course.
One of them. And I don't know if Jaws is up there as well, but I'm not really a Blood Feast fan.
I'm not either, really.
So that movie reminded me a lot of it, but just a shittier version.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're a shittier version of kind of a shitty movie, then you're in bad shape.
Exactly. We're probably gonna get hated on a lot for that.
Nah, I think
Comment
that
right there.
now let me tell you, if unless they're in denial with themselves, they will admit that Blood Feast is a shitty movie. Okay.
I guess but like I always tell everybody, if you ain't getting hated on and you ain't doing nothing with your life worth talking about.
That's right. That's right. Nobody ever made it to the top with everybody liking them, right?
Right.
That's my motto. Look where I am. Look where I've got, Corey.
But I would definitely. I mean, if you like witch movies, which I'm into witch movies, so Simon, King of the Witches, and Mark of the Witch, I like both of those. They were definitely watchable films.
Yeah.
Terrifier, though.
Oh yes.
Wow, that was the one that got me. I was like, all right, this is the best movie of the year so far.
Well, see, that's the same way I'm thinking. I think it's the best thing so far this year.
Have you watched it yet?
Yes, I have.
I didn't know you'd watched it yet.
I watched the screener copy. They kind of hoodwinked me on the physical copy, but I did watch the screener copy of it.
I got you.
But
to me it was the best movie of the year so far. And Stephen Bureau kind of called me out on that. I don't know, online when I said that.
Yeah. What did he say?
Because I believe he said, "Hold my beer."
Oh, he's talking. He's trying to throw out a little support there for Song of Solomon.
Yeah, Song of Solomon,
which
is coming, and which I had told him. I said so far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's only April.
It's only April. That's what I was trying to get at.
But the fact is, it's only April, and I think I've seen one really, really good movie. I mean, there's been good movies, but Terrifier is like the only thing that could be the best thing of the year, and I don't know, is it good that we're this far along in the year though, and that's about the only thing I can think of.
Man, see, like last year you had like Get Out and shit, I believe.
Last year was loaded. Last year was
loaded. I mean, even like the first few months. Now, I'll have to say that I kind of liked Houses October Built too.
Oh, I'm on the other end on that one.
I mean, I kind of like. I mean, it's watchable.
Did you like the
first one? By no means.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a twist in that one.
Yeah.
That I feel kind of renders the entire two movies pointless. That's just me, because I could see why, like Ethan, the big E there. Ethan, he liked the first one, I think, but he didn't
I liked the first one.
He didn't like the second one. So,
again, it's about Halloween.
Yes.
So you got me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay attention.
It was a pretty good concept at the time. Plus, they use those movies to legit show off haunts from around the world, right? So
that's the one thing I enjoyed about it, was seeing the attractions on the second one. The first one I was more about the movie. I liked the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the second one, it was kind of like, well, I still get to see the attractions, even though the movie, because I didn't know how they was going to do the second one.
Yeah.
I wasn't really as happy with the plot, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was still cool to get to see the attractions and what people can do with haunted houses and stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that. I got a question. Have you seen George Romero's The Crazies? Have you seen that?
Yes.
I seen it for the first time last night, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I mean, I liked it. It's been a while since I've watched it, though. I own the Blu-ray. I had to have it from Arrow.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Like that.
Yeah. See, I never had the Blue Underground one, so I can't compare it to the Blue Underground one.
I've never had that one either. I've got the VHS of the Anchor Bay clamshell.
Oh, you're clearly know what you're doing here. But I tell you this much, I'll say this: it's kind of it came out right before Dawn of the Dead. Like, this was his movie before Dawn of the Dead, and I feel like it's got that Dawn of the Dead vibe and feel to it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It feels like it's shot the same way, even though obviously he didn't have enough money for this that he had with Dawn of the Dead. He didn't have the same amount of money. But it's got that same vibe. It's got the social commentary, and the gore is there. And if you just take out the people in the hazmat suits and you throw in zombies, it kind of fits the same mode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the remake?
I liked it at the time. Of course, I haven't watched it since it came out. I never bought it. I just seen it on demand, because back in the old days. rental deal.
Yeah.
And well, at least I'll say it's a rental on the air. But either way, I did see it, and I never did buy it, but I liked it. Although a lot of people didn't like it because they said it was like it felt like a video game. They said whatever that means.
That's another one. I didn't mind it. I don't think at the time when I watched it.
Yeah.
The main star, what's his name? Timothy. I don't know how you say his name. How the fuck you say his name?
I don't know. I'm from Tennessee. I don't know.
Fallon. I don't know. The dude from Justified. If
that
anybody
guy
watches Justified, I love that fucking show.
It's that
it's not
guy.
horror, but
no. It's a good show though, right? So
yeah, it's a good show. It's over now, unfortunately.
Whatever happened to him? Is that like it? Justified been his last thing he's done?
Fuck, I can't remember. I haven't seen anything like that. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Not that I know of. I mean, only thing I remember, I don't know. No, I haven't seen anything since then.
He's missing in action. If anybody has any information on this man, please feel free to contact either of us.
And how to pronounce his name.
Yeah. Somebody tell me that. We need to know for next time if he ever pops up in conversation.
Yeah.
But no, I like the transfer on it. The extras, like I can't remember. I don't have the disc around me at the moment to grab, but there is a guy that's doing a commentary that's not George Romero on that film. I feel like it's like it's some kind of film historian or something like that, or a fan or something. I don't know. It's not Romero.
I got it right here.
Yeah, who's doing a commentary on this movie?
Lynn Lowry. Let's see, commentary by another guy's name. I don't even know if I can pronounce this motherfucker.
More weird names.
Lawrence.
Well, his name ain't George Romero, okay?
Yeah.
So whoever Lawrence is doing the commentary on this thing. I wonder if George never had time to. You think he never had time to do a commentary? Like he could have done one for the Blue Underground. I wonder if he did one for Blue Underground. And it just didn't like. I feel like almost like maybe he did it for Blue Underground, and then they couldn't transfer it over or something.
Like I said, I didn't have the Blue Underground, so I had no idea.
That's another thing. We're so prepared.
Yeah, no. This podcast tonight was actually kind of a fly by the seat of your pants type of, because I wasn't expecting it tonight myself.
Well, I figure why not. This is episode 1. This is the pilot episode.
This is the pilot.
So we're not fully prepared, but that's okay. That's part of the fun. But they did focus a lot on Lynn Lowry on this disc, which Lynn Lowry was pretty hot back in the day,
See again, I don't even know who Lynn Lowry is. I don't think
she's the daughter of the guy that starts.
Daughter on it.
The first one starts going nuts. She's the one in the hazmat on the cover, the drawn cover there, the new art.
She's Drink Your Blood.
Yes. Like I think I Drank Your Blood might have been her first deal. Maybe I know the director of I Drank Your Blood thought she was so hot he just threw her in the movie, and I don't even think she's got any lines in the movie. But
that was a weird movie too, though. But like a lot of this stuff, I don't. You're more of the reviewer and go through more of the special features than I do.
Yeah, I tried to. She did an interview in it, and cool thing, like a lot of people don't know this, but after Morbid, the first one come out, not that there's another one, but when the first one came out, not yet anyway, Lynn Lowry, she actually messaged me, or at least it might have been one of her people, but it was under her account, and offered her services if a movie was ever needed. Of course, I don't know where she lives, and I don't know what the fees are. It never got that far. But because I don't want to like get the conversation going, and then her give me a price, and be like, "Oh, I can't afford that." Nice to meet you. But who knows?
Tell her holler at me.
I will. I'll send her your direction. We'll get a name in there. We'll get a name, another name, because we kind of got one for yours anyway. But
we haven't really announced that. We've announced that Donald Farmer's going to be in Chicken's Blood.
Yeah.
We did. We announced that on Facebook.
Local legend.
Yeah. I was very excited about that.
Yeah, I got to share screen with him.
Being a VHS collector and meeting him for the first time this past year. Was it last year?
I think it was. Yeah.
That was pretty exciting, and I've done another film with him, which he's currently under filming right now, which is Cannibal Hookers. I can't wait to check that one out when it's done.
I almost want to say, hey, I want to do a part in that movie, but I'm almost afraid about what he'll make me do. So, so I don't know.
I'm not gonna say what I'm doing in it
Yeah,
at the moment. Like it's
it's an interesting
it's
scene.
interesting. I've never done anything like that before, so it was kind of exciting at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll see
and
when it comes out. I don't know when the ETA is on that. I think it's about like the ETA on Chicken's Blood, maybe. I don't know.
but we are getting there on Chicken's Blood, though. It's getting there.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes time. I mean,
Yeah. Well, nothing
right
good's
now
done quick.
we people schedules and stuff trying to get the scheduling together
Being
is
an adult sucks.
not as easy as
Yeah.
you would think it was to make a movie.
That's the hardest part.
That is the hardest part. The scheduling seems to be the hardest part for me.
It is the hardest part because you get like everybody, but like the one person you need that's free on a day, and
Yeah.
if anything can go wrong, it usually does. This was last weekend when we got rained out.
That was very disappointing to me because I had planned that shoot for 2 weeks, and then we get to the day and it's 80% all day.
Yeah, and at first I was like, oh, maybe we could do it anyway.
Yeah, I think you was being a little too optimistic.
Well, that optimistic got drowned away the next day
Yeah,
because
I got the video chat from you. Like maybe we can CGI this rain out
yeah,
and do the shots anyway.
that was a lot of rain, a lot of rain. I got lucky. Like I got spoiled because when I did Morbid, the first week we only did it 1 week, but like the first essential week that we did it, every day when I woke up it was pouring down the rain. But by the time we got to filming, it quit. So
oh man,
I was lucky. So everything fell in place for that. Not everything falls in place all the time, as we've learned with the other movies we've done, though.
I think that day it rained on us. That day out, we was out towards this way filming with BJ.
Yeah.
And I remember having to break the umbrellas out and stuff.
I'm hoping the next date we got scheduled is a pure sunny day.
Yeah, I do too. But this Tennessee weather is.
It could be snowing. Who knows?
Yeah, it might be. It might be actually.
Yeah,
I've never seen it this cold this late in the year. Last year we was looking at pictures from last year, and we done been out on the boats and everything, tan lines, and now I'm white as a ghost.
It's probably going to snow in July this year. 4th of July will be a blizzard.
Yeah.
We might as well cash in our chips because the end's probably near if something like that happens.
I wish it would hurry up because I'd like to get the boat ready. We got to do the scene out on the lake too.
Yeah, we got to go back to the lake. Yeah, I forgot about that. We had that set up. Yeah, heck. We got a lot of stuff to do, don't we? Or at least, it seems like a lot. I guess it's not really a lot.
Well, that day we did the lake scene, the last lake scene ended up raining right after we got done. So we got lucky.
Yeah. I wish some of our co-stars could get like vacations so we could just film during the week or whenever. It'd be nice.
Yeah, see, I have to wait on my vacations as well.
Yeah.
Film during the week.
Yeah, just no, you gotta go all in. You gotta just quit, Corey. Just quit.
Yeah. Then we wouldn't have no funding. we don't crowdfund.
No, and you produced a good hunk of Door One. So without that good job you've got, we would be in trouble because some of us are bumming it still. Not naming no names, but this guy here. Oh, and speaking of 2000 Maniacs, Corey, I did finally watch that, and I'll say this to you honestly, it's probably my favorite Herschel Gordon Lewis movie. I believe it is.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
there's a plot.
Yeah, and it's actually a good story. I actually really love the story of it. Like when I first time I watched it, I fell in love with that film.
Yeah,
because I didn't see the ending coming.
No, I didn't either. But
and that's what got me. I was like, wow.
Here's the funny part: like you don't see the ending coming. I didn't see the ending coming. If you read the back of the box, it spoils it.
I didn't read the back of the box. Thank God.
Yeah, the plot spoils it. Like, why would they do that?
Honestly, I still haven't read the back of the box.
Yeah, well, if you're going to watch the movie out there, do not read the back of the box because there's a bit of a twist at the end of it there, which it's gory. There's some cool kills, You got people. There's one kill involving like a, an axe and an arm. That's really cool. You know what's funny though is I was reading about that movie because I'm weird like that. Like I go back and I read stuff about movies when I watch them, especially when I enjoy them. And they use locals for that, and they brought a lot of locals there, and a lot of times the people didn't know what the heck was going on.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
when they were doing the town scenes and stuff.
Yeah, like one particular one that I thought was hilarious with that information in mind is you know the scene where they're bringing the girl to drop the rock on her.
Yes.
The one guy spits off to the side, right?
Yeah.
And this old lady, you can see her. She looks over at the guy next to her and goes, "Well, he spit on me."
I did not notice that.
Yeah, like I
I'll have to go
wonder.
back and check that
Yeah,
out.
well, apparently, H.G. Lewis either didn't notice or didn't care. One, because like she looks so appalled. She looks at the guy next to her. Well, he spit on me. So
That kind of happened to me in door one when I spit, I believe, and I was afraid I spit on. I think I about spit on you.
yeah,
And,
it sacrifices have to be made,
yeah. When you had the camera.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just kept going with it. Just fuck it.
Yeah, well, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta go with it. And I imagine that's kind of like what happened here.
Yeah.
The dude's in character.
Except they reacted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she probably had no. I don't know how he even got her there anyway. Makes you wonder, like, how do you get the senior citizens there? Did you go get them from the old folks' home or something and say, hey, just stand here, or
I don't know about that.
you go to the middle of the town where they's having like some big convention or something, or some store that was packed, and say, who wants to be in a movie?
As much as I like this film, and
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of myself as one of the probably has more copies than anybody in the world.
I'm sure you do.
VHS wise.
Yes.
Of that film. Now, I'm not saying I do, but all one listeners in the world that's listening right now, or going to listen to this podcast.
Yep.
I mean, if there's somebody else out there, I'd like to, see their collection.
Do you have more copies of that than dude has copies of Three on a Meat Hook?
That would be a hell no.
So you can't get a copy of Three on a Meat Hook because he's got them all, pretty much.
And I think and one of them's mine.
Oh God, you gave it to him? You sold it to him?
I gave it up for the collection, man.
Oh no.
So and mine's pretty well. You can tell mine because it has the white clam in its collection.
Oh wow.
So I gave it up. I was like, all right, I respect what the dude was doing. I gave it up. I didn't like the movie any fucking way. Let me go ahead and put it that way.
Well, I have a DVD of it that looks like a bootleg, but it's real. It's pressed, but the DVD of it looks like somebody just copied the VHS
Dude,
on it.
The movie's shitty as fuck. I don't know. I mean,
oh yeah, it is.
all right.
I don't know, man. Some people's
like,
addicted to heroin, and some people just collect 3 on a Meat Hook VHS.
Yeah, meat hooks. But there's that one, the bar scene, that it's hard to just make it past. You just got to fast forward through that motherfucker because it's about like episode 8 of fucking Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Like, it's that fucking long.
You got to be on drugs for that, apparently, which I wouldn't know because I don't do them, but I felt like I had done them that night when I was watching it because I watched that night after we had filmed some of Door 1. I went home and watched that. And
see, this is where I don't watch shows on TV.
I don't like doing that.
I don't pay for cable. I don't pay for Netflix, so I don't have none of that. So I wait for Blu-ray.
Yeah.
If I had waited a week to see Twin Peaks episode 8, I would have probably been pretty pissed off.
But then it got all that praise, like I
don't know how. I mean,
I only got pissed off when we got to episode like 12 and there was still no coop. You know what I mean? That's when I got pissed off.
No, I mean I was pissed off at that too. But episode 8, but the only thing good about it I saw was 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
I like that, but then it got to like if they should have warned me, and maybe you could have been on drugs or something when you watched it. I don't know.
I could have I could do a whole show on my disappointment with a lot of the Twin Peaks stuff. So it just, I don't know.
This is another thing that probably we're not in the popular opinion on that. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
because I seen a lot of people online that praise it, and I was like, I can't wait to watch episode 8. And I got there, and I was like, the fuck is this shit? David, I sat through it like a fucking dumbass.
Well, what else you gonna do?
I got to episode 9.
Yeah, you might as well have, I guess. But just think though. I mean, like David Lynch at a point in his career where he could just fart in the camera, and they'd say it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy has done it again.
Yeah, basically.
Lynchy has done it again. Which I'm trying to think, was episode 8 also the scene that had like the 3 minute long scene of a guy sweeping the floor? Was that episode 8 or was that another one?
Man, I don't know, but I don't know what episode that was, to tell you the truth. But I remember seeing that clip online where he starts cussing the people
Mm-hmm.
about how long the scene's gonna be too long, and he just takes his headphones off and starts cussing.
Yeah, he wants to know why
Everybody
it
around
matters, right?
him. It's like,
I,
what the hell did he say? He said, "Who gives a damn how long the fucking scene is," or some shit like that.
yeah,
I don't know. I
he
may have
was.
cussed a little more than he did.
Well,
But
no, I think it's accurate.
I mean, it's the same point. He said it a little meaner than I did.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Like, I thought the girl was gonna cry or something.
I thought David Lynch was like a real calm cat,
I did too until that.
Don't mess with his art, man. That's when he gets
Yeah,
mad.
no, fuck that. Hey.
I will say this much though, we real quick touching back on the 2000 Maniacs. It seems Arrow's going to release all of those movies on solo Blu-rays, which makes me not feel as bad about missing out on the cereal box or the other thing.
I thought you got you got the screeners, didn't you?
I got the screeners, but then now they're sending me like the solo releases on Blu-ray, but it's the same disc from the set.
I don't like the set, like the cereal box. I'm probably in the minority on that too.
You don't like it?
I don't like it because I don't like the cardboard sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Like, one of them's already ripping.
That's not good.
And I just don't care much for them. Like, ever since Friday 13th set was put out, and you got the cardboard sleeves in it, I hated them too. And if you didn't notice, a lot of people complained about their disc being scratched up on that set.
The DVD version?
No, the Blu-ray.
Well, mine's not scratched. Because usually, Blu-ray's hard to scratch than DVD.
It is, but I don't know. A lot of people's was messed up at the time because a lot of people were returning the set or something.
Oh,
it was
God.
a big thing about it.
Yeah, I know. I could understand why the DVD version would have been scratched up because I remember the one that come with the mask. The DVDs are easy to scratch anyway, and they were in those little cardboard sleeves as well.
Yeah. I think it was just the sliding in and out. The ones that done it right was Phantasm and Halloween.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Like
I don't have that Halloween though. That's like one of my biggest regrets in life is I don't have that Halloween set.
You don't have the Halloween?
No, I could own it for $200 though if I had it.
Yeah, you had to jump on that one.
Well, I tried to. They had that.
Yeah, they had that one, didn't they?
I had
both
two.
Tried to get on it.
Dead Pit got it. The guys from Dead Pit got it, and some other people got it. And one guy, honest to God, this is no lie. There was a guy on the Blu-ray forums, and I mean, I hope that his wife, if he's married, I hope his wife has left him. If he's got a girlfriend, I hope she left him, because that son of a gun. I swear, I kid you not, he got 12 copies of that. 12 copies.
Now, I remember seeing somebody with 5. I didn't see nobody with 12.
This guy had 12.
And they shipped that to him. They actually put that in the box and, noticed that I bought 12 of these for,
Meanwhile, I couldn't get the one that I ordered.
Yeah, we didn't get on there fast enough.
Oh, it pisses me off so bad. It still makes me so mad to this day to think that happened. And you know what? He's probably flipped every one of those for $200 a piece now on eBay.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, so that's terrible.
Every fucking one of them. He probably got about 200 a piece for them.
But when it comes to Arrow now, though, I don't feel bad when I miss a set because these Herschel Gordon Lewis Blu-rays are the same disc, and they've got both movies on it. Even though it don't really advertise the second movie, it's got the second movie on the disc as well. And of course, that's why I don't really get tore up that I missed the George Romero box set because they released all 3 of those solo, and it's the same thing. The only thing I'm missing out on is a box and maybe a book. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't order that. I didn't order that set either. All I really wanted out of it was Crazy anyway, I believe.
Well, nobody will admit this, but nobody really wants There's Always Vanilla. Nobody wants that.
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Just the title of it just sounds bad.
That's his attempt to make something that wasn't horror, basically. Yeah. And, if you're good at horror, you stick with it. If you're a good mechanic, you don't want to go and try to be a doctor. You know what I mean? You want to stick with being a mechanic. That's just how it is.
Well, Season of the Witch, I've got it on VHS, and I've yet to make it through it. So I didn't really care much for trying to get the Blu-ray.
Well, I've got Bruiser, which is an old DVD of his that came out, and it's one of his later films. I've not watched it yet, but I ain't heard good things about it either. I think, when you hit that of course, you got Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead and all that stuff. I hear Martin's really good, though. I've not seen Martin.
I did like Martin.
Well, why is Martin not out?
I figure Arrow's going to put it out eventually, or Scream Factory.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Arrow, because Arrow seems to be like all like. Well, I kind of like got sidetracked with my train of thought there. Who's got Dawn of the Dead? Where's Dawn of the Dead? Shouldn't there be another version of Dawn of the Dead right now?
They keep putting out foreign Blu-rays of it,
Which I've heard mixed reviews on the transfer on that too.
Yeah, there was the Japan version.
Mm-hmm.
And did Germany just put one out? I think Germany just put one out.
XT Video put out something that looks an awful lot like the old DVD box set, you know.
That might be it. Is that German?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of then. They just put one out, and I don't know where the rights are for...
Last cut I had, the guy with the rights, whoever it is, wants a shitload of money for it. And I've also heard that he wants it to be redone in the 3D, so I don't know.
Redone in the 3D?
Yeah, make an old movie 3D.
Why,
that type of stuff.
What? Do people still do 3D?
Well, at the time, I don't think they do now. But I also, like, you want to talk about more rumors? I've heard a rumor that Well Go USA has the rights to it.
You know, with how, you know, they ended up with the Phantasm box. So, I mean, every Phantasm movie, so it wouldn't surprise me.
And I'm happy to report that I was one of the 5 people that got that to review.
Yeah, and you got in trouble for that too. If I recall.
Because somebody when I posted the picture of it, it's like, oh, here it is. Some people very angrily, who I'm sure was other reviewers that couldn't get a copy of it, decided to go send the guy a message to say, Chuck Connery's selling this screener. So I had to have a phone conversation informing the guy that, hey, I've opened it, it's here, I did not sell it, and I will not be selling it. Which it's worth a lot of money now, I think. So,
yeah, I mean, there's no way I would sell mine.
There's no way. And, of course, like, he found out, it was confirmed that it was just a guy jealous that he didn't get it, you know. But that's not the first time that's happened. So I always...
some haters.
Well, yeah. So I like to think I invented the old true thing of posting your mail as it comes. Like, I think I did that first. Nobody would admit that, but I did that first. And... see, either people's like, oh, that's cool, I want to get one.
I may have to Snopes that or whatever.
No. It's either like people think it's really cool, or people get really pissed off when you do it. It's one or the other.
I don't know. I've never had any complaints about posting my stuff.
Well, you didn't get it early.
No. Oh, you talking about getting it early?
Yeah, people get mad at you when you get free movies. Some people just don't understand why you do it, you know, or how you get it and all that stuff. And then there's people that think that you just start a blog today and get free stuff tomorrow. It don't work that way.
No, you got to actually be kind of popular with it.
Well, I've been doing it for 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you deserve it.
Yeah, at this point, well, thank you, Corey. Thank you, Corey. At this point in my life, I'm not married. I don't have children, but I've got a hell of a DVD collection, okay, or a Blu-ray collection, whatever you want to say.
Yeah,
that's what I've got.
Mine looks like compared to yours, it's not nowhere near it.
Yeah, but then on the flip side of that, you have a really nice house and everything that's yours. So see, it's a give and take, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but you know, it's.
Yeah, well, it goes. It's a give and take in life.
Yeah.
So. I guess that's what we've seen. Is there anything else you've seen you'd like to add to any of that, or is that?
No, we done talked about Twin Peaks. That was one of the other ones, and I don't know if we touched enough on Terrifier, but like I said, that was, if you ain't seen that, you need to see it.
Yeah, I think down the road we may go back to Terrifier, especially if I ever get the Blu-ray of it. Which I would call out the PR people right now for that film, because they sent me an online link, and I was like, well, I'll just wait for the Blu-ray. And they're like, well, it's okay, you do this, and then we'll send you the Blu-ray when it comes out. And then they're like, well, it ran out. We ran out. And
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, and then when I was like, well, you told me I was gonna get it, then they're like, well, when we get more of them, you'll get it. And I've seen other people get it since, and I've not got mine, so I'm a little bit miffed on that one.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Well, there's another one I watched, Spider Baby. I was really happy with it.
Oh yeah, Spider Baby's really good.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Did you get the Arrow version?
Yeah, I got the Arrow version.
I feel like we're plugging Arrow tonight an awful lot.
We are plugging Arrow and Code Red.
Well, you know who's not getting plugged much is Scream Factory, because I think they've kind of dropped the ball a little bit from how they used to be.
Yeah,
maybe
Video's probably not getting much of a plug from me either. But
yeah, I don't care if Master Video fell face to earth, but either way, Yeah, at least the movies are cool, but the guy he's questionable a
Yeah,
little bit.
he's a little bit.
He's a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to grow a rat tail. That's what's wrong with our lives.
Well, Scream Factory lately, I've not been impressed with what they're putting out, and it's mostly just like okay, like the stranger. We don't want to talk about the strangers, but
Yeah.
um, what was some of the other? I mean,
Well, there.
Drag Me to Hell. I mean, I love Sam Raimi and everything, but come on, I mean,
Well, what about the Jean-Claude Van Damme Cyborg Special Edition?
I don't know, man. I'd probably just rather just go ahead and get the triple feature with Cyborg, Time Cop, and
It's getting really hard, I think, for them to find stuff. Even though nobody will come out and say that because there's so many different companies that's getting stuff. And it's hard to
well,
get
I mean,
stuff.
why don't I mean go get the Brain, Terror on Tape. I mean, there's so much that hasn't been put out on DVD even yet.
Yeah, I mean, hey, go get that. What was that one movie that everybody talked about? The Night Brings Charlie. That'd be something interesting to get. Or Fatal Games. That's a slasher. It'd be cool to see on Blu-ray.
I would like, and which ain't it's Rutger Hauer, which is one of my favorite films Rutger Hauer's ever done, was Blood of Heroes.
Yeah, and then what was the deal with Arrow? They put out the book for The Hitcher, but they didn't put out the Blu-ray for it.
I don't know. I don't know what is that Blair Witch Project thing they put out? Is it a book?
It's a book.
Of
Yeah.
what? I mean, is it the
I
fucking
think it's like the
script?
history. I think it's like it's either the script or well, it ain't a script. It's probably like the history of the movie or something. I guess
The history of the movie? It's a movie. I mean, what?
it's probably like it's probably like a documentary in word form.
I reckon. I mean,
But I don't know. Like I wonder if they have plans of releasing those later on in real releases though.
I don't know.
Are you not excited about Scream Factory putting out It's Alive?
No, no. I tried to watch
It,
one of those one time and I just couldn't. No,
oh God,
not,
so
not.
it's not good.
Well, I haven't seen all of them. I think I've seen part one, and I just not my thing.
There's a lot of movies out there if you can get the rights to it that needs to be put on Blu-ray. Like stuff like Ty West's film, the Roost is what I'm trying to say. The Roost, like that needs a Blu-ray. It ain't got a Blu-ray.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I've seen that one either.
Maybe
Like
maybe
I mean, Ty West stuff. I mean, what does he put out? He put a House of the Devil,
House of the Devil,
uh,
Trigger Man.
Violence, in the Valley of Violence,
Yeah.
which which we plugged in
We did, yeah.
door one.
But like, maybe do a collector's edition of House of the Devil with somebody who's got the rights. Probably Dark Sky probably still has the rights to that, but it's been out of print for a while though. Which I never got the Blu-ray of that. I only have DVD of it.
I say I don't. I just got the VHS that Gorgon put out.
Yeah, was it that when I bought it? Like, I didn't have Blu-ray player. That's how long ago it's been. And of
That's
course
an awesome movie though.
it was, and they're kind of the reason that the VHS thing started back again.
So I think the one that we would definitely be in, which I don't know what Ty West had to do with it, was fucking You're Next. Was he just in that motherfucker? Or?
Yeah, I think his buddy made it, which he's from Tennessee, right?
I ain't confirmed that, but like
Adam Wingard.
I didn't do a whole lot of digging in on that. I was just checking out like some IMDb stuff, and I ran across Adam Wingard, and it said he was from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, I think, which was very shocking. I was like, damn. Like, is the horror director from Tennessee?
I didn't think nothing good come out of Oak Ridge, but have you seen?
Where the fuck is Oak Ridge?
Ain't that Chattanooga?
No man, is it?
I think it is. I may be wrong.
Where's Quentin Tarantino from?
Probably Knoxville, probably, but I don't know. I'll say this much though: have you seen Adam Wingard's first film, Homesick?
Homesick.
Synapse put it out a long time ago.
No, I have not.
And it's got he's got Bill Moseley in it, of course. He's in all those indie films. But okay, here's the thing: if you see that, and how did this man go from that to Godzilla versus King Kong, which is coming out, next year or a year after, or whenever it is?
I'm very curious to what this movie is going to look like coming from Adam Wingard, because I want to be a fan of him just because he's fucking from Tennessee, and I'm a homer like that. But I just don't care much for his movie.
Well, I didn't like his Blair Witch movie.
It's a witch film.
Yeah. So
it's probably my favorite one that he's ever put out.
really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, what else was he put out?
You're next.
You're next. I hated that movie though.
You didn't like? Oh no.
But what I was going with a while ago was about to say me and you on the opposite aisles on that one because
Yeah.
that year Your Next came out was the most disappointing film of the year for me.
Oh, well, it was shelved for a long time, for some reason.
I don't know. It wasn't that. I think it tricked me. It fucked with me because when I watched the trailer, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a serious slasher. It looks cool as fuck." Like we ain't had a good slasher in a while, and this looks like something that could be like the Mask were awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a serious slasher." And I get in there, and it's like a fucking dark comedy.
Yeah.
It just fooled me. I was expecting like a fucking Friday 13th.
I don't know what I expected with it, really.
That's what I expected from the trailer, and I got in there and I got like a fucking dark comedy, something that was a home invasion dark comedy. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I tell you what we can do here real quick. There's some horror news I think we need to cover, Corey.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Have you heard the big hoopla over Halloween, the new one?
The Mask, I'm guessing.
Well, it's more than that, but the mask is in question because some people don't think it should have aged that way. Some people think it looks more like a face aging, and I don't really care because I do know last time we saw a mask wrinkled like that, it was Rob Zombie's Halloween. So I don't know.
Well, it was more of a. I mean, you could either make it look like that or you could do what they're doing. But I'm kind of looking at it the way BJ described it. I don't know if you. I mean, BJ was one of the actors and one of the stars of Door One and Chicken's Blood.
Yes.
And the way he described it was that it just may have been the poster to make it look like his age. That may not be the real mask.
Yeah.
That may just be a poster to show it's been 40 years later.
Well,
so it just like the.
But that's not like that mask isn't like the biggest issue going on with that right now. Like there was the people that said there was a test screening for it already.
Oh yeah.
And I did a video on YouTube, and I just compiled all the stuff that was online from people saying it did happen and people saying it didn't happen. And the comments have gotten rather hostile, and I almost feel like people are blaming me. Like I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just reporting the news.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't get to watch all your shit, so.
Yeah, well, it's just like it ain't that bad. It's just like I'm like, well, here's what this guy said, and I did say. Maybe John Carpenter could have lied, which, I mean, some people's like, oh, God. Like,
oh, no.
Yeah, like John Carpenter would never.
John Carpenter, you're going to have people at your house.
Yeah, let me say this much about John Carpenter. His whole idea about the Halloween franchise, he just collects paycheck off of it. We all know that. Okay? Yeah. And he said that no cut of the movie existed, while 2 days prior, Jason Blum, who produces this movie, or Blum, however you pronounce his name, said that he just saw a first cut of the film.
We're having a tough time pronouncing people's names today.
Yeah, it's one or the other. But he said, the producer says there's a cut of the film. John Carpenter said there wasn't.
Where the girl, I don't know if it was a girl or I don't remember the name of it. I just saw the tweets where they were describing what the film was about when they watched it.
Yeah, and then there's people saying that didn't happen. But I think what it is I think that it happened and it didn't go over that well. So they got in panic mode real fast and tried to shut up everybody that was trying to say something bad about it.
I'm gonna go out on okay. John Carpenter's doing the score.
Yes.
Now, we all know how I feel about Danny McBride, who's writing the film.
Yeah, you're a big fan of his.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. So I'm excited about it still.
Oh, I'm excited about it. Like I want to see
Jamie
it.
Lee Curtis is back.
Yeah, like I don't mind to see it. It's just like if the test screening happened, I think they should be honest about it. Which I mean, maybe it didn't happen. I don't know if it did or didn't. But I do know that some of the rumors that they said about it kind of goes in a little bit with some of the stuff people said about it on the there's a trailer that some people saw at a convention or whatever like yesterday. Okay, and the
Yeah.
trailer scenes that they describe, a lot of them are very similar to some of the things people that said they saw the test screening described. Okay, like for
Hmm.
one, and this could be spoiler territory out there. So if this is
That's what I was
true,
about to say. I was about to go over what the
yeah,
tweet said.
if this is true, don't get mad at me. But apparently, uh, they're reneging everything after one, so
Yep.
therefore they're not brother and sister anymore.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's pretty much common knowledge now.
Okay, that's one. Two,
Oh, well, wait a minute. They're not brother and sister.
no, not because that was in part two when they
Oh,
found out that they're brother and sister. And there's even a part in this movie where somebody asked her, "Hey, I thought that was that girl's brother or something," and they're like, "No." So I mean, they did. They even touch on that. Okay.
man,
Um.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't get that far.
So apparently, like from what I'm gathering from everything that's been leaked, is basically they changed the ending of part one to where after what we saw in part one happens, he gets arrested. So he's been held up in Haddonfield's penitentiary, or not penitentiary, but like the psych ward for all these years. And there's some people doing a documentary on him. Stuff happens, he gets away. That's basically the plot that I'm hearing.
Okay, the
And
other part that I heard was that Jamie Lee Curtis is doing like training. So I was like
yeah,
picturing her when I was reading this doing some Rocky shit.
oh yeah, she's been waiting on him.
Yeah.
She's been waiting on him for 40 years.
So I'm hearing like Eye of the Tiger.
And she's
Jamie
got
Lee
her
Curtis,
she's
yeah.
got her daughter and her granddaughter. So out of the three women, I imagine one of them's probably not gonna make it out of this movie. And I don't
Yeah.
think they're stupid enough to kill her again. So
Nah, I don't think they will either. I
probably
think she's gonna be
the
strong, female lead, like badass.
I bet the daughter dies, but the granddaughter lives. Is what I'm betting personally.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently Michael gets his mask back. From this is more rumor and innuendo, so it's not necessarily true. But Michael gets his mask back because people doing the documentary steal the mask. So eventually he gets it back from them. So I hear like for a good hunk of the movie, he don't have a mask, but you don't see his face. I've heard that part of it.
Yeah, he's the shape. You know, if he's gonna be in the shadows the whole time, they're gonna stick to the original.
And then of course there's like the only cool thing I've really heard though is they claim that there's like this 4 minute long scene where he just goes door to door in the neighborhood killing people, just
Okay,
one
that's
long
awesome.
take, you know. So, and also you remember how like they were saying that this was going to be a return to form. It's going to be like a return to the classic Halloween days where it's more about mood and stuff over gore and violence. Well, I've heard that it's full of jump scares. If this is true, it's full of jump scares and there is some grotesque violence, which is fine with me. But I don't want people to say we're going back to the roots when it's not like that mood and atmosphere. It's just jump scares.
Well,
You know
I
what
was
I
just
mean?
picturing him like being in the shadows and stuff, kind of most of the time, not really like out front. And
Yeah.
I am curious to what the mask is going to look like, though, because I know Trick or Treat Studios is keeping it fucking hidden.
So it may not look like what it looked like on the promotion poster,
Yeah.
then, right?
So like
Okay.
they're just putting a symbol out, pre-order
Mhm.
soon, like without
now-
even seeing the motherfucker.
But now like I said, I'm not saying anything what we're talking about is even real. I don't know if it's
yeah.
leaked. I don't know if they've showed a trailer or not. And I don't care if the movie sucks because I've seen plenty of Halloween movies that I think suck. So
Oh,
I don't care
Resurrection
to.
was awesome.
Oh yeah. So like I don't care to be there opening night anyway, and I figure we'll be there. Me and you will be there.
Yeah, we're
We're
definitely
somewhere.
going.
Like I ain't missing that. So we'll go see it, and you know we'll tell everybody what we thought of it after it's over. But
Yeah.
I will say this much: as far as John Carpenter goes, people were acting like John Carpenter, he doesn't really have nothing to do with this movie outside of just making the score for it, and I think he'd give it his okay or whatever. But this is not 1979 John Carpenter, okay? This is post the Ward John Carpenter.
The Ward. Yeah. You know,
I think
it did have Amber Heard in it, so
she is hot though.
yeah, she is.
Amber Heard's hot. Why couldn't we get Amber Heard and stuff? Where's she doing
Can we
these
say
days?
a girl's hot nowadays?
I don't know if you're supposed to, but I'm going to anyway.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean,
She's
what do you
hot.
want me to say? Oh, she's rather. We're supposed to say she's a are we supposed to say she's a handsome woman? Is that what we're supposed to say
I
these
have
days?
no idea what you're supposed to call.
She's a handsome woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some bad news, man. Stars went and canceled Ash versus Evil Dead.
You know, I was just looking. This was funny. I was just looking at the some of the topics of what news is going on, and I wrote some stuff down.
Yep.
And I had abbreviated Evil Dead, so it says Ash versus ED, so it looks like Ash versus erectile dysfunction.
I bet Bruce Campbell probably has had a couple battles with that. He's about that age. He's
So
probably.
I had a chuckle when I looked at it. I was like, oh god.
It's just like I like the show. Like a lot of people think that I don't like the show. It's just I think the show had some parts that wasn't very memorable in them, although it did have some good parts. I feel like you could have took all the good parts and made one good movie out of all of them. Out of season 1 and season 2. I thought the start of season 2 felt kind of cheap. Like it had gore, but everything seemed really isolated until we hit the third act, I thought.
I kind of enjoyed the first one because, I mean, you're sitting there partying in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Jacksonville party?
The Jacksonville partying was cool.
Yeah. I never really was a fan of Pedro.
I've never been a fan of Pedro or the other girl. Now Lucy Lawless is another thing.
Yeah, they got some interesting stuff with her, and my big deal with this is they claim that the viewers is why they've canceled it, like it was lack of viewers or whatever, and I don't know if that's true.
The complaints I would have is definitely the guy. I wasn't real crazy about the character of Pedro or the what's the other girl's name?
Kelly.
I was not crazy about either character in the show.
Yeah.
I think Ash carried it.
And I didn't like the CGI in the first season.
Yeah,
like there was some CGI in the first season, and there was also like moments where useless people just showed up just as an excuse for a body count. Now, when you do this in a movie, a lot of times it's okay because it blends in better, but sometimes it sticks out in a show. Like they just randomly find somebody here and they're with them for however long and then they die. It just seemed kind of random, like they were just trying to up stuff. But then I'm a little picky because I'm jaded from reviewing movies for 10 years. But
I think it's just like you meet like somebody and then they become a deadite and then you kill them.
And basically, yeah.
I think the fans I think they were just looking for gore and stuff.
They was. So then now Bruce Campbell has said he's retiring the Ash character. That's it.
That's.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like he could.
I feel kind of cheated.
If the money comes there, like if the money is there, I say Bruce Campbell will be there if the money's there.
Now I don't know if this is true or not, and I don't guess it is a spoiler no more since it's canceled.
Yeah.
That season 4 was going to be like post-apocalyptic.
Yes, what they said. Yeah. I just like I never cared. Was this supposed to take place in the same reality as the remake, or is the remake its own thing? Because you could have done the remake and said it was still in the same place, because you could just say, well, she just went to another cabin or the same cabin or whatever,
I was thinking it wasn't counting the remake.
I mean, if you look past him randomly showing up in the credits and saying groovy,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like Jane Levy could have added a lot if they'd have took her character and put it in the show.
I like her.
I do too. I like her a lot. I'm biased. I have a thing for some redheads for some reason.
Well,
but
and Don't Breathe. I thought she did a good job in it too. But
same director as the remake of Evil Dead 2.
He is pretty good, ain't he?
He's pretty decent.
I think that's the reason why Rings got pushed back, because they were so similar.
Yeah, I think so. But I think though Ash says he's retired, or Bruce Campbell says retired as Ash, I should say. But I feel like they should give us one movie to close everything out. I feel like we need a movie. I'm selfish.
Yeah.
I want one movie to close everything out.
I would love
and
to see that.
By the time this is going up, I think the last episode's already aired for the last season, which we've not watched it. We wait for Blu-rays. We killed the show. We waited for Blu-rays.
Yeah.
But I hope his character is alive. I'd be sure they wouldn't kill off, because they probably wouldn't have time to kill him off, because they probably just found out the show's canceled, so they couldn't go back and change something, I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah, it would be kind of weird to not kill him off, but
how do you kill Ash Williams though? I mean, I don't know.
That's a. He probably. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to end it. I'm waiting for Blu-ray. I'm going to get my Best Buy Steelbook to go with my open Steelbook.
I hope they don't do you like they did poor Orion about the Star Wars stuff, because they had the last 2 Star Wars movies had these special releases that come out with these little cases that kind of snap together, and then the last one come out and they stopped doing it. They had a different kind of special edition. It really irked him. So.
Well, I mean, normally I'm not a fan of Steelbooks, and I've made that known that I hate Steelbooks.
I used to love them, but then I kind of turned on them because they rust.
Well, that, and you know what turned me on them? I'm going to go ahead and tell you what turned me on them. I don't know what Steelbook. I think it was Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It was a Best Buy Steelbook, and I got in the mail, and I dropped it.
It broke?
I fucking dropped it. And the motherfucking teeth broke in it.
Oh,
and
no.
now it won't hold a disc. And, like, you can't just go get another fucking case.
So you got a nice tin can sitting there.
Yeah, with
Well,
a disc rattling around in it.
oddly enough, I ordered the first Evil Dead on eBay in a steelbook, and it said that it was like new, had a small dent in back, and I got it. It looks like somebody drove a car over the back of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I just rather just give me a Blu-ray case. That way, if I break the motherfucker, I can just put it in another one. Now, what really pisses you off is when you get the Blu-ray cases with the 3 disc and the one that flops in the middle breaks.
Yeah, I know I've had that happen a bunch.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I hate. I hate if an arrow case breaks. How do you replace an arrow case?
Yeah, because they got them UK like thick cases, don't they?
Because I've asked like the distributor one time because my Chud is broke or it was broke. I swapped it out with a Arrow Academy release I didn't care for, and I was like, hey man, my case is broke. Can I get a new case? And they didn't know where to get the cases. They're the distributor. They don't know where to get the cases at.
They can't. What?
Because Arrow, that's Arrow. Arrow gets them from somewhere, and I don't know. It's weird. Like there's a weird relationship how Arrow USA works because I think it's like still manufactured from Arrow and then just distributed by MVD. I think.
Yeah, I never really thought about that because their cases are different. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you basically got to get those are overseas cases, I believe.
Well, you know they put out 2 releases randomly. Arrow has it's in blue cases, big thick blue cases.
Yeah, they got those over there too, though. I mean, it's just
yeah, but why did Arrow do that though? Like, why put out 2 random releases in a blue case?
Your OCD kicking in again, ain't it?
Well, yeah, because I've sat here looking and like there's all them white cases, and all of a sudden there's Animal Factory and Zoology in big blue cases.
Well, you got to look at Vinegar Syndrome. Does the same fucking thing.
Yeah, no, they switched to the clear cases.
They switched to the clear cases, but you got all the blue ones from the past.
Yeah. Yep.
And just kind of run into each other.
At some point, we're just going to have to try to block it out, but it's hard to do. I tell you something else I want to block out in my life. That's crowdfunding.
God, here we go. I was dreading like talking about this shit.
I don't. Well, here's my problem: is like when crowdfunding is kind of like that new girl at school. You know, when she first shows up, like she's appealing to everybody and everybody likes her, and you think maybe you got a chance with her, but then she ends up being a royal bitch. That's what happens. That's crowdfunding.
There are some good things that happen from crowdfunding, but there's also some damn. I think I don't know.
Well, let me tell you what the problem with crowdfunding is when like there's 4,000 different campaigns going on at one time. There's always so much money to go around, and then you got the people that people are more likely to donate to, and then they turn around and don't deliver, or they don't deliver for years. And the worst offender of this is probably Ryan Nicholson. I'll go ahead and say his name. I don't care.
Well,
I mean, he done burned every bridge he had anyway at this point. But you know, but now there is good people. Of course, James Becker delivers. Okay, Stephen Barrow delivers, right? I mean, you done their campaigns, right?
Barrow, it's taking a little while on Song of Song.
It's like the longest. It's like the longest time.
I've seen him take. Now, I think he took a different route on this one. Like, I think he wanted
probably
to take more time to promote the film as far as taking it to festivals.
Yeah.
Which I think James Becker did that with Frankenstein Created Bikers. Because if you don't remember, like Frankenstein Created Bikers took like 2 years almost. Seemed like
which of course his new movie's not doing that, right? Like it comes out in July and you get it.
You know, I say that and it says that, but you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Did you know that Did you say you knew they were filming that? I didn't know they were even filming that movie.
Yeah, I knew about it.
Okay.
I'm not going to call out anybody's names or anything. So, but on that one because it's kind of inside.
Okay, well that's a little inside baseball. You can't reveal all your sources live. Okay, but you knew
about it, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. I knew it was a women's prison movie that he was doing.
Let me tell you how. Okay, anybody listening out there, if you want to tell Korey Jordan a secret, your secret is safe because he never even told me about it.
Yeah,
okay?
I didn't tell anybody about that, did I?
No.
Until after it came out, and then I was like, I know.
Well, I didn't realize it was James's film when it first came out. I thought for some reason it was Brian Williams. Yeah, I didn't know it was James. I didn't read the director's name. I just assumed I saw Ellie Church, which
Speaking of.
Yes.
Is Ellie Church going to get naked in Amazon Hotbox?
Does a bear shit in the woods? Of course she is.
Well, I don't know though. I'm
Of
thinking
course
maybe they're gonna
she
throw us
is.
a curveball on this one because okay, she's got Bad Man coming out from Scott
Yeah,
Shermer and Brian Williams,
yeah.
and then you got Amazon Hotbox coming out from James Bickert and Brian Williams.
Of course she is. It's like, hey, with
What like
Linnea Quigley,
we could get a curveball on Amazon Hotbox. Now I'm pretty sure she's
no,
probably gonna get
no.
naked in Bad Man.
She's got to an Amazon hotbox. She's got to. She's running around in the Nazi uniform. She's got
No,
to.
I think it's Russian, ain't it? Or is it Nazi? I thought it was Russian.
I don't know. I'm just comparing it to the Elsa movies. That was Nazi, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was Nazi, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, she's in a uniform, and she's going to come out of the uniform. They'll rip it off of her at least, I imagine.
So you're saying yes?
Yes.
On both
That's
movies.
double yes, buddy.
Like, cause
Okay.
like, she hadn't done a movie yet. Like that I've seen that she hadn't got naked in it.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. It's like compare her to like she's probably to a lesser extent because she's an indie scream queen, not a full-fledged whatever scream queen. So you kind of compare her to Linnea Quigley in the '80s. Did Linnea Quigley in the '80s do anything that she didn't get naked in?
Whoa.
I don't think she did. You know?
Did she get naked in Night of the Demons? She did.
No, but she did she stuck the lipstick in her tit, right?
Okay. See, I get that. I watched the remake last, so I think they did the same thing in the remake, which was a little different. They done it a little different, but yeah, I think she did. Yeah.
The only thing, did she get naked in Savage Streets? Because I know that.
No, she got raped in that one.
That's right. Yeah. So either way, though,
it might not have showed it. I can't remember.
Here's all I'm saying. Okay, grass is green, water is wet. Ellie Church is going to get naked in an indie horror film.
Both films.
Yes,
that's all right.
It's done. It's kind of like Haley J. Madison. You know, Haley J. Madison, she's topless in everything she's in too.
Like I would ask if Tristan Riss, but I know there's no doubt she's getting naked in it.
Of course. But nonetheless, like I said, there's some careers as far as crowdfunding goes. There's some people that's probably killed their careers with crowdfunding, you know, or at least they've hurt themselves because I don't know what happened with Her Name Is Torment 2, but I know
the one with the Adam.
I don't know
some shit, whatever the fuck his name is, was in that, and
Adam Albrandt.
Is that that dude.
Well, I don't know, what happened? Why did Dustin Mills not get to put that out so soon? Like, what happened?
I don't really remember what happened to that. I remember they kept advertising it and talking about it, and then all of a sudden it was dead. And I don't know if.
And then I heard it was coming, but then it never did come. And then now recently I've heard it's coming. You know. Yeah. So which I think
like I said, that Adam dude was supposed to be in it.
Yeah. Well, why couldn't he be in it? Because he was a demon house and got a demon in him? Because that happened.
I think that they would, you know.
Do you know the story with that, right?
There might have been a disagreement with him or something.
Well, I knew there was rumors of disagreements with him and Massacre Video, but I didn't know that exceeded on to Dustin Mills as well.
You know, the movie didn't come out, so I mean.
Yeah, well, neither did the Sadist.
I don't know what happened to that.
But I will say this much now, in his defense on that,
did somebody have the rights to that and they won't release it or something?
That was probably the Massacre Video thing. But yeah. I did hear that like Adam Albrandt did refund everybody that wanted their money back on that movie though. Like all you had to do was message him and he'd give you your money back. That's what I heard. And which I don't know if you've seen it. Like you ever seen that movie Demon House that they've advertised recently? It's this Ghost Hunters guy, Demon House.
I seen where he was in it, and I saw the big article that somebody.
He's the camera guy that's supposed to start acting like crazy after he's been in the house for a while. So I don't know if they're playing that up or what. He won't talk about it, which I'm sure he signed a confidentiality thing that says he can't talk about it.
I seen where somebody had posted that where he said, "Don't ask me, don't fucking. If you ask me, I'm blocking you like a dick or something. I don't know."
I'm sure, okay. See, I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
You know, I know like there's a lot of people that don't like him.
Wanted to
but like
just be like, hey, what about Demon House? Just so he blocked.
Well, like the only guy that Beard that I used to do the extra cast with, like he's friends with him. You know, and he always said he was a good guy, but like I don't know him personally, but I know that I think there was definitely some tomfoolery that happened somewhere along the way with his career, why stuff got delayed. I do know he's working on a movie right now, I think. So maybe that'll actually come out.
Who, Adam?
Yes.
Yeah, what
I
was
don't know
that
what
called?
the Betrayer.
The Betrayer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know what
which
it's about. I've seen some stuff where
I assume
he,
somebody betrayed somebody.
I don't know. All I've seen is like videos of going through some ghettos with some damn graffiti art. Like
I tell you, I did like his movie The Hunters though. I didn't like that one.
you didn't like Hunters?
No, I didn't like
I
Hunters.
didn't watch Hunters. Crossbear was all right.
Yeah, Crossbear was.
Cemetery wasn't bad. I had a similar story like that I wanted to do that was pretty similar to that, but I'm probably not going to do it now because the similarities to it.
It's easy to do something like that because he kind of made Evil Dead though, in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, but I like it all right. Which you gave me your copy that you had of that. I appreciate that, by the way.
yeah, I was trying to get most of this stuff out of my house.
Yeah, he did. Of course, he did kind of comment on some stuff you didn't like, so that kind of got you a little bit mad at him. But
yeah, I mean, there's very few things that can piss me off, and he kind of hit on one of them, and I'm not going to say what that is because I won't have like 500 people fucking say it.
Yeah.
Or the one person who may be listening to this.
Yeah, I think we'll get a few more, hopefully. But I don't know. Like, I don't want to do crowdfunding, and the reason I don't want to do crowdfunding is because I don't want to feel like I owe somebody something.
Well, here's the thing about crowdfunding: the fact that I don't. Okay. What happened to Ryan Nicholson is very sad in the fact that I think that something happened to him. Like
he had cancer at one time. Yeah.
And he couldn't finish it. And like you don't know when something like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, crowdfunding back in the day was like you go to fucking doctors and lawyers and shit, and or this is the trauma way anyway.
You think I should go to my eye doctor and be like, hey, you got a couple thousand I can have?
Yeah.
You think that'll work?
Maybe we'll see.
I'll try it.
Because we kind of need the money.
Yeah, we do. I know this much though. Like that was terrible about him having the cancer and stuff, and that's kind of hard to hold that against him.
Yeah.
But apparently though, from what I did hear was this stuff started before because he released like some weird versions of his other movies that were already out, and some people never got the movies, and then when they tried to tell him, hey, I never got it, he would either basically cuss them out, or he would
he got
just
really
ignore them.
Stuck online.
Yeah.
Like to the point where you just like if you was one of the people he was cussing out, you wanted to whoop his ass.
I know, and he got mad about a lot of stuff. Like people were like, I've been always here, I've been defending you, but I did not get my money back on this movie that you didn't deliver, and boom, he goes off.
I read some of the stuff because I was in some of the groups. I never commented on it because it wasn't my business because I didn't crowdfund him first of all.
I never would have crowdfunded him to begin with. I've heard too much stuff.
Very few people I would crowdfund, and I usually don't crowdfund I really don't even crowdfund no more. I mean, as far as like Kickstarter and stuff.
It's not worth it, really.
No, it's not worth it. And I'm going to tell you why. There is not one Blu-ray, one thing I've ever gotten from crowdfunding that if you're a collector and you're trying to, and I don't sell my stuff. No, I ain't trying to put it out there that way. Okay?
Yeah.
But not one thing I've ever gotten from crowdfunding is worth more than what I pay for. It's actually worth less than what I paid for it. And you're not going to get that money. I think a lot of what I hate about it is it appeals to collectors. And they're trying to appeal to collectors, not appealing to rich people or people that got money. They're appealing to collectors when they put out these limited editions, like crowdfunding limited editions. And when you're crowdfunding limited editions with Kickstarter, instead of like $10 to $20, what we charge for Door One and stuff like that, they're charging $50 to $100.
Exactly. I think a DVD for Door One would run somebody, I believe it was $10 plus $10. Shipping. And then like if you go to one of these places, a DVD is gonna cost you $20 or $30 straight up before you get to the shipping charge.
The crowdfunding on the normal crowdfunding, it is $25 for the DVD.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
this ain't 2007.
Yeah, I mean, and a VHS is $50. I mean, this ain't damn. Or
this ain't 1987. This ain't 87 either.
Sometimes to get the VHS, you got to go to the $100 part. And
what about yeah, man, it's just I don't do it. I just don't do it. I'm impatient, so I'd rather, hey, when it's done, I'll buy a copy if it's not insanely priced.
Yeah, like I
You
said,
know,
I used to do it, and some of the stuff is cool. And I'll be the first to admit that, like on Frankenstein created bikers, I got the big perk on that motherfucker.
you did, yeah,
I
you
did,
did.
but it was a means to like it was a purpose behind that. I wanted to get experience on a set and stuff.
Yeah, and it was a
So
good story to tell too.
no, it was a great deal by James Bickert, and I appreciate that for him. And I still got my poster where he even signed it. He
I got
said I
mine.
died the best. Now I don't
There
know
you go.
if he might have been drunk and just like, all right, we'll just put that on there. But I like to think I died the best.
AKA, dear Corey, don't sue me for breaking your tailbone on
Oh
the set of my
yeah,
movie.
that could have been it too. But don't let him know that. But that is true. I did bust my ass on that set, and I was
It happens.
I was down for about 2 weeks after that. But it looked good. On
Hey, it's a good story to tell on a podcast.
Yeah, it's not like I was in part of the commentary, so nobody's gonna know about all this stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that he made me run up that hill like 10 fucking times, nobody knows about that. Because I guarantee that
died.
wasn't on the commentary.
I guarantee you.
So when I'm pulling up that hill that last time, when I'm struggling to get up, I'm struggling. Because that motherfucker, I done ran up that damn thing like 500 fucking times.
You've been running up that hill, huh?
Well, it was a rare chance to get in a movie that was actually on, was it 35 millimeter?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, so I mean, there can't be that many of those films out there still going.
And you got to do a movie with Ellie Church.
I was not filming the day she was filming.
But you were in it though.
Yeah, I was in the movie.
And you're in the movie with the guy that did.
On set,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
When
you
I
got to meet her.
When I was there, I got to meet her and talk. She's a very cool person.
I've heard, yeah.
If I would say anything about Ellie, she's like hanging out with one of the dudes, like you boys.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
she's that. When you talk to her and everything, she's like hanging out with one of your friends.
Oh, she's that easy going then, right?
She's that easy going. She don't hold nothing back either. She'll fucking cuss and everything. And which, if she listens to this, I'm very doubtful, but
you never know.
She's a very cool person.
Yeah, and she's very hot. That's for me. That's for me. That's me saying it. So
sorry, Brian.
Okay.
Your girl, your wife's hot.
I don't know you, man. I'm sorry. You know it.
No,
I mean, he knows
Brian's a very cool guy too.
Yeah.
I met him at the premiere of Frankenstein Created Bikers.
Yep.
And talked to him. He is a very big fan of Microwave Massacre.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
That you would have to ask him.
Maybe it's his first pair of titties he saw growing up.
He was probably asking the same question to me about the 2000 Maniacs, though. But
yeah, maybe.
I reckon he used to collect Microwave Massacre like I collect 2000 Maniacs.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Hey, what do you think of these crowdfunding places? It's like, if you don't pay us $5,000, this movie will not get done.
No, that which I made a video not too long ago about that.
That
gets on my nerves more than anything. If you are out there and you're making a crowdfunding movie and you're asking for $20,000, and you're telling me that, I mean, you're not like John Carpenter and all this shit, all right?
Yeah.
You're telling me that you cannot make a movie. You're not going to make the movie unless you get the $20,000. That's bullshit. You're making the movie no matter what.
You know what? I don't know if we want to name names. So I bet those some allegations out here, and I don't know if it's lawsuit liable or not. Okay, but I want to say this much: I need you to help back me up on something real quick.
Okay.
Do you remember how much money they raised on the last film?
Who are we talking about? Give me a hint.
We're talking about Red.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't remember how much that one was raising.
Okay. After the campaign ended, okay.
Yeah.
After the movie was filmed.
Yeah.
They were popping up on Instagram everywhere, at concerts everywhere, VIP tickets, backstage passes.
What?
Do you think? Yes. Do you think that money that they got came from that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to
that's
ask
the one thing
yourself?
that I worry about. You're looking at people that haven't proved themselves to what they're doing, and like, okay, James Vickers, the money's going into the film.
Yeah.
Because he proves it with his film.
And it looks like a movie that costs
like
that amount of money.
Motherfucker.
When you show me a movie of people running around in the woods getting killed, you mean tell me that movie costs like $6,000 to make?
Yeah. Well, the new one I think is fucking like $17,000.
I would bet that movie's been done for a while.
Well, from what I gather, it's like a bunch of naked dudes running around in the woods, and then damn one naked chick. I don't fucking know.
Is she really naked though? Is she really naked? I don't know, man. I said, is it the chick that's in the video that's supposed to be running around naked, the one that's in the campaign video?
Yeah.
Because I know she has a history of doing sex scenes where she's clothed, so I wonder if she's naked.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, she's definitely naked in it.
Oh wow. Well, I don't know if that's worth $6,000 or not.
Well, no,
which is what they're they're up to 6,000 right now, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Last time I checked. I was confused about who you was talking about at first because I get like 2 or 3 different like emails from different fucking people talking.
Oh yeah, they email you now wanting you to give them money.
Yeah, or man, I've gotten messages on Messenger. I don't know. I've gotten around. I don't know. Somebody's been telling on me because
Let me tell you what.
Messages on Messenger on Facebook like, hey, you donate to my movie, and I'm like, how the fuck did you even know who the fuck I was?
I know we probably make movies that maybe cost $200 or $300, but the money goes into the movie.
Yeah, no, it definitely goes into the movie.
And we don't ask nobody for the money.
No, and we're making it ourselves, which raises another question, because it feels like that, I don't know, people get into it more, and I don't know if it's just me, because I've been crowdfunding a few times, and then you've just been disappointed just so many times, too. But it seems like people are more about the movie when they are giving to the movie.
You can tell when a movie's got heart in it. Even if it's not that good, you can tell if it's got heart in it.
And I don't know if it's getting your name in the special thanks credits or the or what that is. Now I gotta say, who was it? What's the Flowers guy's name?
Oh, Philip Stevens. Phil Stevens.
Now, I mean,
I like him.
He's
and I promise you, the money went to his movie.
No, the money will go to his movie
because he'll probably need the money. He'll probably need that money to rebuild his house after he tears it up to film a movie.
Oh yeah, it's so fucking awesome, and a hell of a painter too. I have one of his paintings hanging in my house, matter of fact, and you can get. He is offering up some of his paintings on his Kickstarter,
which is good stuff.
Which is very good stuff, and I would love to have some of them paintings actually.
You know, they're art films. Like his stuff is art films, but it's stuff that you can tell costs money to make because in Flowers, like I heard, like I can't confirm this, but I heard that was his house. Like when the girls crawl up to the floor and stuff, so he basically cut a hole in his house from the underneath of his house.
Did you not see what I did in my house?
You cut a hole in your floor?
No, I didn't cut a hole in the floor.
Okay. Hey, that's good that he does that, though.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, it's awesome. I couldn't cut a hole in my floor. I've
been in
some stuff in my house that nobody else would let me do in their house.
That is true. That's true. Because I can't just walk in anybody's house and spray buckets of blood.
Yeah. So we had to do some scenes from Chicken's Blood in my house because I couldn't find nowhere else to do it. So
did you get the blood stains up?
Yes, blood stains did come up. So if anybody wants to know, if you got hardwood floors and you're worried about the blood coming up, if you act fast enough,
so don't let it linger.
Get the scene and then get the blood. Have towels and everything on hand.
Have somebody standing off camera with a mop.
Yeah. So I mean, the walls is a little bit more difficult if you get the splatter on the walls, like if you got painted walls and stuff.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you keep it on the floor and don't really get it anywhere else, I had like towels on standby.
Yeah. Like you wasn't playing around. Is that a real hardwood floor?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely gotta get it before it soaks in the wood.
Yeah. So we was on it as soon as I got the shots I needed. Yeah, it was like and we still got more to do. Actually, a very cool scene with a BJ coming up.
Yeah, hopefully don't rain us out that day.
we can still get that scene in it.
Oh, that's good. So it don't matter. We get that.
Yeah, because that scene's going to be, I think, really cool after I've went over it in my head and went through what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something different, I think. I mean, it's hard to come up with kills nowadays.
I know. Like
I've
had to have a few conferences, like just the early planning for Morbid 2. I've had to I've had to talk. Like I talked to Goob and stuff a little bit, and Goob has some pretty good ideas. So I definitely had to get some helps because obviously I'm not crazy enough because I can't come up with creative ways to kill people. At least I've ran out of creative ways to kill people.
I'm about to run out after this movie. Like,
yeah, it's hard to do stuff that not everybody else has done.
Say what?
It's hard to do stuff that everybody else hadn't already done.
I think we got a couple in this one though. That in Chicken Blood that at least I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think there is some new stuff in this, which is really good.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it ain't too much. I'm hoping the film. Like, what day are you, or like, what time are you shooting for to have this thing probably done?
Oh no, we gonna have this thing done this summer. Because I want to be up at the Nashville Tattoo and Horror Festival Full Moon.
Yeah.
We're planning on getting a table up there. So if anybody's going to be up there, I'm wanting to be up there selling copies of the movie.
Yeah, hopefully. Lord willing, the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
I'm also hoping to have more. I hope to have Morbid 2 done by at least September. I think is when I'm hoping to have it done.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. We can get both of those done by then, and we'll both be up there at Nashville.
I think I'll have an easier time filming more, but I don't know because I'm going to try to keep it mostly in Grundy, you know?
Oh, no, that would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it works out, but you never can plan these things. They never go like you plan, you know? I mean, we may be, if we keep this thing going, a year from now, we might be doing this podcast and, well, about to wrap it up. You know?
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like I'm racing against the clock because I'm already at the age of 35. So I feel like I don't know why I feel like I'm racing against time to get stuff done.
I feel the same way though. I'm not going to say how old I am, but you know,
it's like I'm kind of like that. I got the Tarantino thing where it's like I want to get. I'd like to do 10 movies before I die, right? 10 movies.
The way we're going to be down 90 before we get 10 in.
Yeah, I know it. And plus, like, when you get, let's say, if I get the age of, like, 45, how am I going to get these teenagers to be in movies? You know what I mean? I'm not famous. I probably come across creepy enough to most of them anyway, so it's hard to make movies when you're around this area anyway.
This area right here, Tennessee, is a bad area, and you become to realize why people are like, all right, I'm gonna tell you a story. I met Tommy Lee Wallace. I don't remember what year it was. It was a pretty good while ago, and I was talking to him about getting into the movie business, and it broke my heart because he told me you gotta move to Hollywood. That was his advice to me.
Well, now everybody's moving to Georgia.
Yeah, I know. I gotta move to Hollywood, and it just broke me. I was like, what? I got to move to Hollywood? I can't do movies nowhere else. And he basically just shut me down. Like,
yeah, well, my biggest regret in life is that when I was a teenager and I was out of high school, fresh out of high school or in high school, that I wasn't shooting movies on the home video camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they might have been awful, but I could have had them, you know, and for some reason, it didn't register with me. Even though I had seen some shot-on-video films before, it didn't register with me that I could make a movie on basically anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to make one when I was like 19 or whatever, when I was fresh out of high school. Tried to make one, and then we just quit. And it sucks. Like, we should have made stuff. And but of course, you know, I don't know. The best thing to do is don't focus on that and just move forward with what you got. You know, it's like little Texas said, you know, try not to think about what might have been because that was then. And by the way, they're playing locally here pretty soon.
They're still around.
They're playing him at Millville here.
God bless Texas, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're playing him at Millville. They're gonna play at the Park Theater. They won't let us show our movies there, but they'll let Little Texas come there.
They let Big Smoke play there too, I believe.
As long as it's a clean, they made him do a clean show though.
Yeah, we're not very clean on. I mean, as far as like the violence and the gore is not.
Well, they would have shut our stuff down within 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, wait till they get
You
a
know.
load of chicken's blood.
Yep. So
That might be a
and
little quicker.
which you're going to finish without crowdfunding, apparently, right?
Oh, definitely. No, yes, definitely. No,
so
we're not
so
doing crowdfunding. Fuck that shit.
no, no. So wrapping up the whole crowdfunding thing. That's if you can still do it and you deliver, God bless you. That's not for me, and
No,
it's not for Korey, and we won't be doing crowdfunding.
no, definitely not. And somebody had asked me one day if I was gonna do crowdfunding, and I toyed with it, and I thought, I was, no, it's just not.
No,
It's not
no.
something I want to get into.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth. I feel like they're taking advantage of collectors as
Exactly.
well.
If I need to raise money for a movie, I'll just do a yard sale or I don't know, get a job for a couple weeks or
Yeah,
something along
I mean,
those lines.
unless you know some rich doctors or something. I mean,
Yeah. Hey, I sold my wrestling DVD collection to finish door one of the five doors of hell, by the way.
did you
Which
now?
I did. That's where all my wrestling DVDs went. I'm trying to get some back
Oh,
now.
wait
I've
a minute,
I've got
I think I seen them. They in Tullahoma, right?
yes, they're gone. Somebody bought them. Most of them. I try to get some back, but it's you got to make
you gotta do.
sacrifices.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean,
Hmm.
like, I think yeah, it's definitely cost me a lot doing chicken's blood,
Yeah,
and
and
but I think it's worth it
thank.
overall.
I'm
When the finished product's done, like it's very frustrating right now, but
I'm just happy we have actors that work for free.
oh man, I can't say enough about everybody that's been in the films. Everybody's done such a great job, and especially with people that's not ever even acted before.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You never know. They end up doing a lot better than even they think they're going to do when they get in there.
yeah, you think about Blaine and BJ and Grooms, Buffy, Nick. Nick has been a savior for me because we have to share like being the clown.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't know, I was the clown, and Nick plays the clown most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
that
you're there pre-incident.
well,
So
that and Nick, his job sometimes don't let him film, so when he's not there, I have to I have to play the clown, which makes
yep.
it a little harder on me. I would rather not. I'd rather him be able to do it, and he loves doing it. And the fact that the stunts that some of the people have pulled off has just been amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Um,
good stuff.
like I was very impressed with, and I love doing the stunts myself. I usually get hurt, by the way.
A
Like
little bit accident prone. A little bit.
I think I've got every film so far
You have,
doing
huh?
a different
It's like
stunt.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I mean,
Oh, a little often. Hopefully, maybe next time you won't do it. Maybe next time you somebody else will take the bullet for you
well, this
next
one
time.
I cracked my ribs
Yeah, yeah. That's
uh,
no good.
on chicken's blood, and it was on the first take again,
Mm-hmm.
and I fucked up on the take, so I had to retake it with fucking bruised or cracked ribs. One, I guess it was bruised real bad. I don't know. It hurt like hell. I know that. But I had to do another take falling down the hill after
No.
that, and it wasn't pretty.
No.
Um,
Well, there ain't been no other injuries on any of the movies, though, have they?
on which one?
But no, the ones we've done, like nobody's been hurt besides you, right? Like you're the only person that's been injured. Like I try to think of it. We've avoided accidents a couple times because I knew like during door one, I thought like Nick Muncie, different Nick than you're talking about. I thought for sure he's gonna fall out of that ladder when he had to dump the blood during that one scene.
Well, Nick, I don't know. That spray to the face was pretty bad.
Oh, he got fake blood in his eye during the zombie part too. So
Yeah.
well, he's behind you. He's racking up as many accidents on set as you are. So
Well, let's see. We got hurt on the Dick Monster scene. I got hurt
oh
on that
God,
one.
I thought you tore your ACL on that one. I
Yeah, I
really
thought I
did.
was done. It ended up not being anything, but I
Hmm.
mean, well, it hurt like that. It was about a week, but it was cool after that.
Yeah.
But Other than that, I don't really. I try to save the dangerous shit for myself.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Well, somebody else besides you did do a pretty big stunt for
Yes, they
Chicken's
did,
Blood.
and that was Nick Wallach.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
Blaine did some hell of a job on some stunts on the last shoot, I believe.
I'm afraid I missed that one.
You did miss. Yeah.
I was in Alabama in the same room as a porn star.
That's not a bad place to be.
Not a bad place to be. Which of course I was lured out by the fact that I heard there was a 70% off sale at Toys R Us, but that was not going on. That was somebody lied to me or somebody mistake something. I don't know. Because when we walked in Toys R Us down there was a big sign when you walked in door that said, "There is no sale. We are not closing."
Yeah, I bet that.
Of course, now that's not the case now. But either way,
I mean, Toys R Us still open? Or are they still having the sale?
some are. Yeah, some places they're slowly dropping stuff, but the ones that's went down to 90% basically are like ghost towns right now anyway.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I don't think you can go to like Murfreesboro and get anything good right now. I don't think. I
haven't been in there in a long time.
I would have liked to got some wrestling figures like when they went down that cheap. But like when I went to the one in Murfreesboro a while back, they was only 10% off, and all the wrestlers and stuff were already gone. So people did it at that, and that's just no tax. You know, it's not really a sale, but people went ahead and bought it all up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably all on eBay right now.
Yeah, more than likely most of it is. That's what people do. They go buy shit up, and then they sell it on eBay for double what they paid for it.
Yep. And you know what? On that note, I think we'll probably call it a day on this week of the podcast. Episode 1. We've managed to go almost 2 hours on this one, Corey. So
piss like a motherfucker.
We're very long winded. We like to talk to hear ourselves talk most of the time.
Yeah.
So we will be back next week. I don't know what the schedule yet's going to be on these being uploaded. What is the day? Today is Thursday, right? Or at least it is when we're finishing this.
Yeah, at least when we're finishing. It's like it's the witching hour.
It's the witching hour. So I'm thinking maybe we'll upload these on Thursdays or Fridays. We'll pick a day and we'll do it, and we'll try to make sure we have one of these. And while this one was a Skype recorded conversation, we're going to do these in person. We're going to do these in the same area at some point, I'm sure.
Yes, I would like to do some live.
Yeah.
Or some video at least.
Yeah, and if we do those, I'd probably like to do them public. You got a little bit better of a connection on your stuff than I do, so I think we'll try to do them at your house if we do one.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And then we'll do stuff like that, and we'll just keep them coming. But this is the Cold Beer and Hot Blood podcast, right?
No,
or Warm Blood.
Warm Blood and Cold Beer.
You're going to have to put that in writing for me so I can get it right. That's us, though.
Yeah,
That's Chuck Conry and that's Korey Jordan. And until next week, we'll see y'all later. Go ahead and send us off, Korey. Tell them goodbye or whatever you want to tell them.
Holla.
It's good enough for me. All right. As we go, that's not bad.